All right. Oh boy. Uh-oh. Can you hear me? I can't hear myself. Good morning, everybody. It's always a normal day when you're having issues. Oh, I know why. One sec. Can't hear yourself if you're muted. All right, we're doing it. Well, good morning. Sorry, I took a little extra here. You could hear me, but I muted myself. Inverted cordovan. We got a drop coming today. I haven't even taken photos of most of the stuff, so we gotta get working on it. The camera broke this morning, but I think I actually made it better. So sometimes problems can turn into better solutions. All right, let's see who's here. BFET's here. We are now understanding BFET, who is explaining that ash hats is a term of endearment. So welcome, fellow ash hats. We get Sager here, McCarta, Uncle Jimmy. What's up, Uncle Jimmy? It's been a minute. Jeff D's here, Jaren's here. What's up, guys? Manny, Quan, Jacob. Oh my God, good morning, you guys. Let's look at some wallets and belts. And I have some key accessories too, things that people have ordered over the last 24 hours here. You can see it there. That's the table we're going to go look at. And let's flip the camera around, migrate over there. When I'm over there, I can't really see what you guys are chatting about, but please feel free to ask questions, and I'll spend a few minutes afterwards and we'll answer your questions. And also, really appreciate you guys being here and supporting us. It means a lot. All right, let's flip it around. It's a one-man show here. But now look at that. You can kind of see me up in the top while we look at this stuff. All right, let's migrate over. It's always a weird maneuver to get over here because of all these cables. Let's do it. We got some monogramming going on in the background. The beautiful monogramming noise. Sounds like a big fan. All right, let's look at some wallets. I'm going to start off with a couple things that are back in stock. We've got a Frank the Enforcer here and a beautiful piece of English tan Dublin. I think there's a couple of these available. We also have Capone Money Clip, also in the English tan. Still need to pop the hardware in this guy. And something I want to point out about the Capone that's kind of interesting that some people don't notice, but there's actually a specific direction that we intended the money clip to go in. And you'll notice, see this little sloped curve on the bottom of the Capone there? It's more sloped here and it's flatter up here. This is designed so that money clip sits flush with the top section here and can sit inside. So we envision it goes on through the bottom, but you can actually flip it around. It doesn't really matter. Got a couple English tan Capones available still. Here's a really nice piece of reverse color 8 shell cordovan on our one-shot card case. These are actually really great in a surprising way for patina. The way that the reverse shell wears in, it gets really glassy and bright and shiny. It develops a great luster just with normal use. And speaking of reverse, there's actually this guy here. It's a Passport Field Notes holder in all reverse black shell cordovan. We've got a great amount of dye splatter on this guy that sort of reminds me of the video I put up yesterday. This is the inverted stuff that will be available later this afternoon. This is the inverted blue shell. But the idea for the inverted shells came from this piece here. We noticed how cool the reverse side of the cordovan looked. And we thought, and a lot of our customers actually really appreciated this randomized look in sort of like a Jackson Pollock way. Like everything's very unique. But we wanted that to appear on the bright, shiny, smooth side of the leather, the shell side. So that's what the inverted shell cordovan is. Really special passport holder here in all reverse black. Let's flip over to some accessories. We got our key fob loops. We did make a few more of these that are now available on the site. We did not anticipate people going so crazy over the key fobs and the key fob loops, so especially the natural shell. In fact, all the loops, I think, people seem to be really interested in. So we have a few of these going out today, and I think we have restocked a few more also. So some natural shell cordovan key fob loops. Those are great. Actually, here's a natural shell cordovan keychain belt clip. It's also very beautiful. And I use one of these in color 8 shell every day. I've been using it for years now. Here's something that I think is a little underappreciated. We've got the non-shell cordovan key fobs, the single layer key fobs, and I actually really like these. We developed these because we do generate some extra leather on our belts. There's like little offcuts on the belt weight thickness that are obviously not large enough to use in the belt, but we actually feel like they're really, really good for this single layer fob here. And it's just a big chunky piece of chrome excel. So we got a brown chrome excel fob going out, antique brass hardware. And let's show you what the corresponding belt looks like. It's the same exact leather and same thickness as the belt. So we have a brown chrome excel here in a size 36 that will be going out today. Nice little stitched fold over here that holds the buckle in place. There are many other belt places that do it with just a rivet, which I think is probably fine too. But we feel like we actually double stitch each direction on each of these to give it a little bit of extra strength. But, you know, certainly if we could do a rivet with that also, it might even make it stronger. But we have never, as far as I know, we've never had somebody have one of these belts fall apart. So it's really a belt that's going to wear with your style and just get more and more comfortable. And that's why we made them unlined. So the English Tan Dublin belt here also, this one's going to be size 40. Another size 40 in brown chrome excel. I already looked at the brown, so we'll skip over that guy. We have a color 8 chrome excel belt here. That will be a size 32. And I should mention all these little tags that I'm pulling in and out. These are to denote what size that we are going to cut the belts to, because as you can see, this end of the belt has not yet been cut to size. So this allows us just a little bit more flexibility in sizing, because there are, you know, I've got a wall of belts in front of me. It's kind of hard to stock every size, and it's not trivial for us to cut it to size and finish it, but I think it does give us a little bit more flexibility to cover your size if we don't have it. Another English Tan Dublin belt here in size 32. So those are all the belts for the day. We got a really cool other set of wallets here, and I wanted to start with the newish Cypress. For me, this is still novel. The Cypress is new this year. And the color here is brown. We also do the royal blue, which I believe, looking over at our inventory, I don't think we have too much prepared wallets that are completed in the royal blue, but I know that we're restocking everything all the time. And I've seen some comments. I'm gonna look back at the camera over here. I've seen some comments of people asking when we're restocking, which is a good question, but the best way to do it, if you really want something that is out of stock, just send us a message and we can reserve the next available for you and get you a better time quote that way. All right, English Tan Dublin Johnny the Fox. I was actually looking at the stock inventory of these this morning. We're actually pretty low on our bestseller, so need to start restocking these. If you are interested in this specific wallet, you might want to grab one soon, because I think there's only like a couple days left of inventory on those. I also have another, speaking of Johnny the Foxes, incredible piece here, 100% color 8 shell cordovan. And what I love about our black and color 8 shell cordovan items are these hand stained edges that we started doing in the last year that really gives it a refined look. So every edge of every card holder, every edge of the wallet gets a little bit of stain that perfectly matches the shell cordovan here. And I think it's just a really great look. And it's tough for us to get the thin pieces of shell for the inside of this bifold. It's a special wallet. Also, speaking of color 8, we can see the hand stained edges on this Tony the Ant. We have a color number 8 shell cordovan Tony the Ant going out today with a great Horween shell cordovan ink stamp in the center. And here's the brown cypress again, this time also on a Tony the Ant. You can see the flesh side, the reverse side of that brown cypress is like a little bit more of like a caramel brown color, which is actually kind of nice. I think this will hint, I almost dropped it, this will hint at the undertones of the color of the pull-up. So it's like a little bit more of like this caramel brown undertone, but it's very subtle with that darker brown, like more of like a classic brown up on top. We call this like an Italian brown. There's also a black shell cordovan on a Bugs Moran here, which has those other hand stained edges I was talking about. So black shell cordovan, color 8 shell cordovan, we do a matching stain on the edge by default, and we can do it made to order with a waxed and burnished edge. which sort of frames out the look of the wallet. You see this sort of like edge look that contrasts heavily with the black shell cordovan. And I'll look over here at my boots. I actually have a pair of black Chrome Excel boots with a natural colored welt and a waxed outsole. And it frames out the look of that boot quite a bit. But I've been feeling like this matching edge stain just really gives it like a next level clean look. It's very, very nice. We can do it both ways. And then last up, another Bugs Moran here, also in that new-ish brown cypress. And I should mention everything that we just looked at. These are things that we have pulled that still need to be finished up and polished up, so they'll be even better than this by the time they get to you. So today we're at 3 o'clock Central, which is, what is that? It's like 4.5 hours from now. We'll be launching the new inverted shell stuff. So if you haven't seen that video, check it out on the channel here, because I looked at every individual piece in a higher quality than this. So including these Johnny the Foxes. I'm just bringing out the inverted blue foxes here because they're so awesome. Look at the dye marks on this. It's just so unique and different. You're never going to find another wallet like this. And then the gold foil stamp that we've been doing sometimes, I think kind of pairs perfectly with the blue. We also have, I think this is the inverted green, which is also really cool. I don't think this might be one of the first times I've seen that color. And here's the inverted black. And behind me, I think, yes, we do have it. This is the inverted violet. We actually didn't have an inverted ultraviolet fox, but these inverted shells are completely unique and special. So all those will be going up later today. Let's flip it back over, migrate my whole situation back here so you see what you guys are chatting about. Booyah. I think the camera looks a little better today. Maybe it's just me. All right, let's see what you guys are chatting about. I'm going to try this feature on YouTube here with that lets you do questions and answers. Let's try it. I've never done this before. Let's see what this does. Oh, okay. So start your questions now, I guess. This is new. I can't see the chat when the questions are going on, but let's do it anyways. And who's drinking coffee? I need more coffee. Drop your questions in here. Let's see how this feature works. I've never done this function before, but whatever. Is it even working would be a good question. That's my question. How's your day going? Pretty good, man. How are you? There's a lot. Today's going to be a little bit stressful because normally I'm not this down to the wire to get private stock prepared. So all the black and inverted blue have not yet been captured in photography. So my goal for today is get all those shot, edited, make all the product pages. It's a bit of work. So feeling good, but got a lot to do. Have you ever used Scott's boot cream? I haven't. Maybe you could tell me about that. This question and answers thing kind of good. Maybe I just turn this on next time when I go over to the table. Then we can chat it out afterwards. Adam P says, do you have a lot of guys coming from a Ridge wallet? Do you always recommend the Capone? The Ridge is a pain in the ass for me, so I'm leaning towards the Tony the Ant. We don't, you know what's funny? I don't know if there's huge crossover between our leather wallets and like a metal wallet. Certainly they're both wallets, but I think people that come to us appreciate a material that is going to wear with their style and become better as you use it. In fact, I was thinking about that this morning. I'm wearing my, right now I'm wearing some tan Essex boots from Grantstone, and I'm looking at how nice they look. There's a Merriam horse butt that I have also from Oak Street. They're just not wearing they're fine, but there's something about the Horween leather in particular that the more you throw at it, the better it gets, which is like an incredibly special thing. So we get a lot of people that are interested in that. But when you're coming to us from a Ridge wallet, you're probably more of a minimalist style, maybe more of like a front pocket wearer. Tony the Ant's good. It's a little bit larger than something like the Capone. It has a dedicated bill slot. I think the Capone is a really good analog for something like the Ridge wallet because it is rather thin, but packs a huge punch for what it is. For the footprint that the Capone has, it holds a ton of stuff, and I really like the exterior card slots on the Capone. When I used mine, I found that I was using those exterior card slots most frequently, and it was really incredible to use. I wore that one through the pandemic, so when I would go to the grocery store and in that horrible period of time, it was just really pleasant to pull out a credit card very quickly. I used mine in my back pocket, but I think a lot of people wear the Capone in the front pocket. I don't carry a ton of cash, but I did use the clip, and I found it to be very good, very successful hardware. Some people with the Capone money clip have issues with the tension on that clip holding tightly. If you pull the clip out of the wallet and screw the two pieces together, it will increase the amount of pressure. So sometimes if people lose tension on that clip, you just pull it out and tighten it back up. It should be good. I would say, if you want a dedicated bill slot in the most minimal form, the Tony the Ant is good. But you might also want to consider something like the Bugs Moran, because you can fit folded cash in the larger two slots of the Bugs, and then you lose a layer of leather folded in half. So you basically lose, like, what is that, like 3 to 5 millimeters worth of thickness, depending on what you got, by going to the Bugs. So if you don't use a ton of cash, a Bugs Moran might be a good choice. If you don't have more than 12 credit cards, Bugs Moran might be a good choice. Capone is also a good choice. That's a long-winded way of answering your question about a Ridge wallet. I just find the Capone to be very easy to use. I also really like the Bugs Moran. Some people, in fact, most people these days seem to prefer the vertical card slots in the Bugs Moran, so we've been making them a lot more. But in my wear testing, I found the traditional card slots to be easier to access. I think some people that only put like one card in each slot prefer the vertical. But for me, I put like 3 or 4 cards in each slot. Anand says, any plans to release the blacked out Vic Snap wallet? Black cordovan, black button, black stitching. We could totally do and put some black edges on it. We could do that at Anand. I actually don't know if we have like a great black snap set with the black button, but we could make that happen. All right, Uncle Jimmy with the last question here. Scott's is like Savory cordovan cream. I've used it on I think you mean Saphir cordovan cream. I've used it on my cowboy boots, and it has made them condition like my Ashland wallet when I got it. Since you're a boot guy, suggest trying it. $7 a bottle. Okay. So it gives you a little bit of luster. That's awesome. I will check that out. Or we're going to end the Q&A here and go back to the original chat. I didn't realize it like separated the chats out. All right, let's go back. Manny's here, BFET, Quan. Thank you guys for being here. Good morning, Ashland from Joseph. Can't wait for your blue cypress. Oh, nice. I'm wearing mine. So people ask for an update on this some days. I really like the blue cypress. We need an all black Vic Snap. Yeah, we do. That'd be fun. Any inverted Capones? Yeah, Ethan. There's like 10 Capones in inverted shells. If you look at the preview video I put up yesterday evening, you can see everything in great detail. But there are several different Capones coming today at 3 o'clock Central Time. No questions. You got your vertical bugs yesterday and you're loving it. Nice. Can't wait for your passport holder. I wonder if that was your passport holder we just looked at. Manny said, would you ever add an ID slot like a cutout? I made a cut into my one-shot card case and it worked great. That's interesting, Manny. I'd be curious to see a photo of that. We've shied away from ID windows. In the past, we used to get a lot of people that wanted like a plastic ID window. And in my experience with those is I've only seen them broken. So we've shied away from that, but I guess we could make just like a window with no plastic in it. I guess we haven't really had enough people ask for that to do it, to add it as a product, but we could. Any plans to possible prototype first slot with an Apple AirTag. That'd be cool. We have the small zip that has a dedicated slot where I put my AirTag. I think people have been asking us for years now, since the AirTag was announced, for key fobs with them, which we should also do. Ooh, Gus is great for dedicated cards and cash. That's a good comment, Uncle Jimmy. Yeah, we've done, that's sort of like the Apple Watch, Adam. You know what's crazy is you're right. We sell a lot of Apple Watch. We actually can't keep them in stock. They've been out of stock. But you're right, like heritage leather with a modern, like incredible piece of technology is really, really neat. So let's go and thank everybody. So if you have been watching the video and you ordered something over the last 24 hours that was not made to order, then you just saw your wallet in the video here, and I want to go and thank you. So thanks so much to Jesse R, Gilbert J, Bell. I won't finish that sentence because I don't want to dock somebody. Ben M, Jake S, Edwin J, Mark P, Lunsford Y, Leonard S, Gordon L, Corey T, Gary, Victor R, Naoyuki Y, Nathan B, Eric R, Daniel, Eric W, Pepper J, who special person, Bill, Jake, Jacob V, Steve G, Doug K, who's introduced me to Pepper, Michael W, Sherry P, Brian K, and Edward B. Thank you guys so much. Really appreciate you supporting our little leather company here and enjoying the leather with me. And everybody that's in the chat, I appreciate you guys interacting and hanging out with me this morning. I say this every time, but it really makes my day. This is the best part of the day, and coffee, drinking coffee. So it's time for me to go take some photos, and I'm really excited to launch the inverted cordovan stuff in a few hours here. Incredible pieces, and I really just hope that things like the photos and the video do it justice, because these are incredible leathers. It's like these inverted pieces. I'm just looking over at them right now. Oh, especially like the inverted violet Capone. So crazy looking. It's just like so awesome. So I'm looking forward to putting those up, and hopefully I can do it justice. Thanks for being here with me today, guys. Hope you have a good weekend too, and we'll see you later. All right. Bye-bye.